Hey, this is Steve Sterlacci, and this is 2-minute tips for the Line 6 Helix. Hey guys, welcome back to another 2-minute tip. Today is going to be a quick one that is going to be purely setup again, and I'll show you some comparisons as to what this is going to be. Your global EQ. A lot of people have a lot of different opinions on how to use the global EQ and when you should use it. For me personally, I will keep it always on with very loose cuts on it, and I will adjust that depending on the room or the way everything sounds that day. It depends if you're outside, inside, tile floors, wood floors. There's a lot of variables that come into play when you're using your Helix Live that you might need to make adjustments for. So if we go over to HX Edit, I'll show you guys my basic settings, how I generally set my global EQ for gigging. So here we are in HX Edit. Gonna go Window, Global EQ. You'll see this cool graphic EQ. There's tons of cool things you can do with this thing, and if you guys haven't seen, I have an EQ video that gives you more tips on how to use your global EQ and then apply that to your patches, so you can check that out if you guys want to. So back to here, my general settings for a global EQ. I'd usually keep my low cut no more than 100 to start, and then I bring my high cut usually down to like 9.5, 10, 8. That, again, this fluctuates, so it depends on where I was the day before and where I am the day of. And then just a quick tip now also, if your Helix is sounding honky, like through your floor wedge is getting honky and out front, there's like this really nasally sound, your best friend is going to be this guy right here, this blue one, this high peak. You're going to take it to about 3.8K to 4K, and you're going to have to experiment on this. Sharpen your Q. So take this Q knob, dial it up, bring your gain down to about 3 dB, or maybe let's say 2. Let's say around 2 first. And you're going to wiggle this around until you get that honkiness out. And you can do this on your Helix, on the actual hardware, just by going to your global settings, go to your high peak, and just copy over these settings. And then for your frequency, that's what's doing the sweeping. So you could just adjust your frequency until that nasaliness is out. So let's take a quick look at what this even sounds like. So again, these are my regular settings. I'm just going to turn this on and off. So you may hear a big difference, you may not, depending on your setup and your speakers, but that's why I keep it kind of like this, where there's not that big of a difference, but there's enough to clean up the signal and make some things pop, and just overall, like I said, clean up your signal and make things a little more clear. So that's my settings for my global EQ and how I use it. So I hope this will help you guys out in gigging with your Helix.